The contingency theory of leadership, as described by Lucian Achua, relies heavily on flexibility. Leaders change their behavior in response to the situation. Effective leaders have gained the respect of their followers and have a connection that instills trust. However, the theory, as it was first conceptualized by Fiedler in the 50s, attempted to match leadership style to the context of the assignment. Fiedler believed that the leadership behavior was constant and therefore the assignment should change based on the attributes of the leader. As the contingency theory evolved, it expanded to include 4 different contingency theories. The premise remains that the leadership style, which best aligns with a certain situation, will maximize performance of the team. Contingency model further defines the traits of the leader. This model breaks the leadership style into 2 categories, described as relationship-oriented or task-oriented. Leaders are assigned to projects based on the ability to optimize outcomes. In order to better understand one's own leadership style, a self-administered questionnaire will yield the score that reveals if your leadership style is task-oriented or relationship-oriented. Lastly, the contingency model uses an algorithm to help leaders determine the situational favorableness. Situational favorableness refers to the degree the leader can exert influence over followers. There are 3 possibilities. First, the level of trust and confidence in the leader is evaluated, then reported in the domain of leader-member relations. Second, the ability of the team to perform repetitive tasks is reviewed. A high ability to perform a repetitive task equates to high structure. These situations are determined to be more favorable. Lastly, the position of power is evaluated by determining the ability of the leader to assign tasks, hire and fire, and punish and reward the team. The more power the leader possesses, the more favorable the situation. The continuum theory, as reported by Tannenbaum and Schmidt, likewise developed a contingency theory in 1950. Their theory of leadership described behaviors along a continuum. The continuum ranged from executive-centered leadership to employee-centered leadership, by taking into consideration the boss, the employee, and the situation. The leadership continuum model divides the theory into 7 subsets based on whether the pattern of behavior leans more heavily towards autocratic or participative. The path goal leadership theory was developed in the 70s by Robert House. And while this model does fit under the umbrella of contingency theory, it offers a different explanation because it does not take into account the individual leader's behaviors or personal traits. It expects leaders to be able to adapt to the situation to motivate employees. This theory takes into account 4 leadership and 2 situational factors. The path goal determines which of the 4 leadership styles will achieve the employee objectives. By using a combination of situational factors and leadership styles, the path goal determined model predicts employee performance and satisfaction. Situational factors are divided into 2 categories, the subordinate and the environment. The subordinate factors include authoritarianism, locus of control, and ability. The environmental are defined as task, structure, formal authority, and work group. After analyzing the situational factors, the leader is able to make an informed decision as to which of the 4 leadership styles will be applied to optimize the outcome. The leadership substitutes theory, as presented by Kerr and Jeremiah, considers that there are certain irregularities that prevent leaders from influencing employee attitude and behavior. These variables include characteristic of the employee, the task, and the organization. For example, experienced employees who excel independently have no need for direct oversight, and tasks that are clear and routine do not require micromanagement. Additionally, organizations that provide support and guidance are more broadly through protocols and procedures don't require personal supervision to maintain outcomes. The aim of leadership under the substitutes theory is to provide the support that does not already exist. As far as how this is implemented in organizations, the application of the contingency theory is through human resource managers, since the nature of leadership is to influence others, supervise a team, and strive to meet goals. And the contingency theory takes into account organizational complexity, the pressure exerted by external factors, and the task uncertainty. Understanding leadership theories and developing a model that allows for consistent, predictable outcomes is the work of each leader. Determining a leadership style that is true to one's own values and beliefs is crucial for long-term success. Leaders as well need to be thoughtful to overcome uncertainty in some settings. Reflective practices, respect for the individual and cultural differences, and resiliency have application in both theory and practice.